welcome to a very hot Milan Linate airport. It's 27 degrees and sunny, and Armani sponsor this. That's good to know, not paying me.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
So that is Milan Central Station, which is where the bus dropped us earlier. We've since had lunch and gone for a little walk, done a bit of shopping, and now we're going to pick our bags up to actually check in properly. It's damn hot, very blue. So here was our little flat for a couple of days. A little kitchenette, quite a large living space around here. Bedroom is at the end. It's currently a little dark because we've closed the blinds to try and stop the hot air getting in. You kind of get the idea. Just another tube all the way into the old town. Coming out of the metro to be greeted by one of Italy's most impressive cathedrals at the top of these steps. So that's the Duomo, and then these are the galleries through there, the Victor Emmanuel Arch. But it's all well, there he is, look at that, splendour. This is kind of what you think of when you think of Italian squares, the exception being this 1930s bit here. So these are the lifts that take you to the roof. There's one on the south side, which is this side, and there's one on the north side, around the other side as well. And I don't know whether one is busier than the other or what have you. Here we are on the roof. A lot of little spires this cathedral has. You can see somewhere we walked to yesterday when we went for dinner. It's past these glass towers and the vertical forest, which is over there. Many spires. Here's the absolute top. It is sweltering up here. It is really alarmingly warm. You can see the bits of marble they've replaced. There's all the roof terraces through there, and you can see the arch into the gallery. Going on down. Now, I don't know if you can see it behind one of these spires here. We'll come down a bit lower, a bit easier. There is a ridiculous building which looks like a full-size mansion that's been put on top of a tower. Check that out. What is going on there? So that's where we just were looking down. And now we're into the arcades, porticos of Milan. There is the Grand Arcade, which is really quite spectacular. So much as these, if they were outside, they'd be very impressive palaces, but because they're inside, and one of them's technically Burger King, they're kind of hidden almost, but they're quite magnificent. You can see by the number of tourists coming through here that the shops do pretty well. There is La Scala, which literally means the stairs. That is probably the most famous opera house you come across. This hasn't burnt down multiple times. It's just still the same building it's always been. And then Italian State Bank is even grander behind the trees here. There's Leonardo da Vinci, just chilling. That's what he does now, he's retired. And we're off trying to find somewhere to eat. So maybe down this way. That's where we've just had some lunch. Some excellent pizzas. I'm just about to wander back out into the... Oh, it's supposed to cloud over. It's actually getting less cloud. Well, it's less hazy. A bit of cloud down that way. We're going to try and make it to the castle in the gardens. So that goes back up to the Duomo that way. But we are going, as I mentioned, to the castle over here. Check out this guy with his llama. Rocking it. Garibaldi on a horse. See that a lot. Pretty much everywhere in Italy. And then this is Castello, the castle. Inside the castle, look at how massive some of these walls are. Some of them quite ornate as well. Excellent turreting. Fantastic. You can see the dragon. It's like a blue dragon eating a dude. There's ducks and fish and terrapins all together in the lake here. All fighting for bread. There's the castle over there in the distance. Quite a lot of different wildlife on this lake. So we've come into the aquarium in case it wasn't obvious. Oh my god, it's an eel.
Is it in here?
Yeah. You can see, look, the back of it is over there. Is that? Oh, I can see his tail, and that's what's curled around here. So we've now come to the southern end of Milan, which actually has some canals, rather weirdly. And by the looks of it, this road is entirely restaurants. Also, England play Belgium. 0-0. I'm sure it won't end that way, because it's not allowed to. It's a nice little street, it leads down to the canals at the bottom. Big canal. There's a wedding going on in that church. And that's the way we're heading. So you can see the canal joins this big basin there. And all the way around, past several restaurants. And then another canal goes under the road here, and out that way. This is one of the ancient gates of the city. Come down on the south side. I think it might be the Ticino gate. I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Yes, there we go, Porta Ticinese. So this is the very southern end of the city. So just inside the gate you've got these old columns, and then there is what looks like one church built on top, right on top of the other, with like the old brick bit still surviving in parts. Just wandering back through the streets. Southern Milan, heading back towards the Duomo. It's actually raining. I can't remember the last time I actually saw rain properly. It was a couple of months ago. It's raining despite being 32 degrees in Milan, and it's quite nice actually, but nonetheless we're going to get the metro, which is right here, and go back to the apartment and get ready to go out in Milan. We just had dinner down there, a little place on the left, a little traditional restaurant where we had cotoletta alla milanese, because, you know, we're in Milan. Now we're going to find a bar on the top of a building somewhere. We want to try and go to the top of the hill. There's a bar up there, and you know, the rooms change colour, and that's cool. We've made it up to the bar. We have to go up some more, I think. Oh yeah, it's up there. Good morning, we're on the first train of the day, leaving central Milan, going to the Porta Garibaldi station, so we can get a train to Como, and then a train to Mendrisio, and then a bus up a hill, and then a taxi to the hotel. So there is 3 trains, a bus and a taxi. Well, we've started. So we're on the move again, leaving Milan. The train we were going to get was cancelled rather rudely, so we're having to slightly adjust our timetable. This is somewhat of a slow train, but then they all are, until we get to Como. This is Como San Giovanni. This is the station that we came to last year for the start of our honeymoon. We went down the hill and we were staying in a little apartment there. You may remember there are vlogs, you can watch them if you wish. So we have done 2 of our trains now. The next train we get is from here around to a place called Mendrisio, which is in Switzerland, and then we have to get up the hill. Now we have a problem, and that is that the bus, because that train was cancelled, we've missed the bus effectively, and it's another hour's wait for another bus. And we have a minibus that needs to pick us up halfway up the mountain. So we need to find a way of getting halfway up the mountain to meet the minibus. And you might say, well, why doesn't the minibus come all the way down the mountain? I would love to know the answer to that, but I don't have one. So we're just going to have to go one stage at a time, see how far we get. Once we're at Mendrisio, we'll then try and get a cab halfway up a mountain. Go. Yes. Mountains around here. This is Meride, which is where the minibus is going to come and pick us up from in a few minutes. You can see lots of vines at the bottom of that hill. We are on, I'm not entirely sure about my bearings. I think we're on the hill behind this wall, if I'm honest. Let's just have a quick wander around. This is a very pretty, very small little place. Swiss walking signs, obviously. This is little Osteria here with Cat Guardian. So we made it. Their minibus, we got a lift from their handyman in his little van. Which is quite hilarious. Here we are, there's our view. You can see fields and mountains. We have a little balcony. We have a room. That's very nice. So we've just come out of our room to go for a little explore. That was the view from our room. This is the roof of our room essentially. And the hotel itself is not the prettiest building you've ever seen. It's the location that sells it. It's pretty good, isn't it? There's the restaurant. And this is Lake Lugano. See, it's kind of divided because they put this bridge in. The boat goes under the bridge. And then you can go around this side. This is all Italy on that side. And this is all Switzerland on this side pretty much, apart from that giant concrete blob you can see in the middle there. That's also Italy, confusingly. Another terrace with a view. We just came round so I could have a Rivella really. We're going to come back here for dinner tonight because this is the top of the cable car, but also it's a restaurant and it is open most evenings apart from Monday. So we came back and we had a bit of a swim, which is very nice. A bit of a laze around. Got our Ticino cards, which allows free public transport in the canton. And it being 7 o'clock, we're now wandering up the road to the end of the road where we were earlier for a drink. It's time to have dinner. Roasty time. Bacon and cheese roasty. And ham and cheese and egg roasty. We just finished dinner. We're about to walk back. This, I think, that building there is right next to our hotel, and we think it used to be a hotel. When we get there, I'll show you what I mean. Oh, I can see our hotel, the very edge of it. There it is. It's just in the middle of your screen. This is the building I'm talking about. This is the strange building, which we think might have been a hotel at some point, but it doesn't feel like it's anything anymore. It's got a terrace out the front. There's an amazing fountain here, you might be able to see. There's a big lizard on it. Right, this is our hotel. Down these steps. Good morning. Lovely way to wake up. This view. He wasn't cutting grass when we woke up. It's a lovely view. There's a little orchard here, as you can see, and then the cows are in the field beyond. Now, you can technically see the lake from here. It's through a gap in the trees, sort of there, just. See, it is a lake view. So today we're going to go and walk up the mountain that we're on. It is 1,000 metres. We are currently at 600, so we have to go up another 400 to the very top. And then the plan is to come down a bit to where there's a little cafe, Alp bar. Whether it will be open or not, we don't know. So we're heading off up the hill, past the many hydrangeas, conquer this summit, Monte del Giorgio, George's Mountain, and it's slightly cloudy, which is nice. So we're off. Just come from down there where the sign is. It says 1 hour 15 to the top, the very top of this mountain, this just mountain. It's like 1,060 or 70 metres or something, so it just counts. So here we are, we're probably about 850 metres up. Probably come up about 250 from the hotel. We've done the most ridiculous bit. I'll point the camera entirely horizontally first of all, so you can get the impression that you can't see the path. And then if I angle it 45 degrees down, there you go. That's the path. It's very steep. So that's where we've got to, 914 metres, which is 300 metres higher than where we started. That is down to the lake and the Alp restaurant. That is where we've come from just moments ago, and that is where we're going to Monte San Giorgio. We've come across a house, an abandoned house most of the way up the mountain. Bonkers. Totally bonkers. It's only 10 minutes more to the top. The top is in sight. Obviously some lunatic built a house here as well. That's what lunatics do around these parts. Oh, that was tough. So here's the full vista all the way around. From that is the southwestern corner of the lake, which is Italy. That bit round there is Italy, and then you come around, and then this is Switzerland as you go further north. You go past the bridge at Milan, up to Lugano, which is in the harbour on the left. The lake then continues around to the right, to the north, and then there's another leg of the lake which goes down here, which goes back to Mendrisio, where we got off the train yesterday. And this is the random house, of course. And this is what 1,100 metres looks like. Right. That was all very lovely. But got places to be, got ice creams to eat, all very important stuff. We're past our first checkpoint, coming down. Now we just need to navigate through these woods down to the Alp. We're a lot further down. Path is widening and improving from what it was up there. It's now a bit more, well, a bit more used. It feels a bit more like infrastructure. We're onto the main track now. I've upset a lizard. 2 minutes from the Alp. This is it, the so-called Alp di Blusino. An Alp is usually like a little open bit of grassland somewhere up a mountain, which is exactly what this is. There we go, these very old trees marking the edge of the Alp di Blusino. There's another one, really old. Arrivederci. I'm going to wander back along the path back to the hotel. Look at the colour of that sky. It's great, isn't it? You probably can't see much of the lights down the lake, but there are plenty. It's a bit earlier than yesterday, so there's a bit more light. That's where we're going to go tomorrow, down there. But I just think that's great. Good morning. We're about to have breakfast so we can get the bus down the mountain and then a train over the lake. Yeah, a train over the lake, that's right. It looks amazing, again, still. It never disappoints. That's where we're going. Back at Mendrisio station, still just inside Switzerland, and then we're going to get the train to Lugano, which is middle of the lake, properly Swiss, no ambiguity, except they speak Italian and German, but other than that, pretty straightforward. So we're just going to get a train from platform 5 in a moment. The bus journey was ever so simple and alarmingly speedy down a mountain road, but we made it. We just got to do it in reverse this afternoon. We've arrived, this is the station, and now we're about to go down the world's shortest funicular to the town centre. We are in the town. What you can see is porticos, arcades galore. Doing some sort of building work there. Just coming through the gardens. Yeah, this is the public park on the lakeside. It's very hot today again. It's got back to the temperatures we had in Milan just before we left. This is a very massive plane tree in the middle of the park. It's very pretty around here. It's very nice. We might go up here. Can you see this? Behind the wall there's a mountain. We're not going to walk up it because we've done with that nonsense. But we can get a funicular up there to the top. So there's most of Lugano stretched down from view. This bit, that bit there's called Lugano proper. And then this bit round here is called Paradiso, on the side of Mount San Salvatore. And then that mountain in the distance there is the one we climbed to the very top of yesterday, which looks really impressive now that you're down here, and felt pretty impressive when we were up there, to be honest. Now I'm currently standing in the lake because it's lovely. And those are the hills beyond. So we had some lunch here, opposite the giant cactus. Got some ice cream, and we're going to try and get a number 1 bus to Monte San Salvatore, which is a mountain with a funicular, and go up the funicular. So here we are at the top of Monte San Salvatore. Now, I don't think you can see much from this side, probably not. That's the path. Well, you can just about see the mountains beyond. You can see their railways snaking its way back on the riverside back to Montruzio, which is where we're going shortly. See how amazingly turquoise the water is and the two-tone nature of the two bits of the lake. Just in case you've never seen a Swiss railway clock, they have a strange feature when the second hand, which sweeps, gets all the way down to the top. For every minute, it stops and waits for 2 seconds and then goes, and then takes another 58 seconds to go round. It's very unusual, but they've always done that. How you get up a mountain in a bus. It's a little bit insane. See the evening light forming from the balcony. You can also see a lot of bugs. Still very hot. We're going to head over to the other restaurant at the top of the cable car station. Check out the ridiculous sunset. It's pretty amazing. I've been sitting here in the breeze, eating some sausages and schnitzels and just looking at that. The sun is still setting beautifully behind the monkey puzzles. We're going to go and have a drink on the balcony. Good morning. It is ever so still and peaceful and a fair bit cooler, which is a relief. We're going to have breakfast and then we're going to get the cable car, which is finally opened because it was closed on Monday and Tuesday, and go down to this bit of the lake. That's where we're going. Switzerland's prettiest village 2016. That is a genuine thing. This is our commute along the road from the hotel to the cable car. We've done this walk quite a lot now. We've yet to use the cable car because it's yet to actually be running. You'll notice there's a freaky bloke up here carved out of a tree trunk. That's the bottom of the cable car. Down there, you can see the boat stop as well. And this is the cable car in its glory, ready to set off into the night or into the day. Boat approaching, and Here we are, got a bit of negotiating over the price. He was trying to get us a better deal, the ticket man, but in the end it turned out it wasn't a better deal. So it only takes 7 minutes because we've only come across from there. It's just about long enough to negotiate a ticket. Anyway, it's very nice here. I keep calling it the Swiss Riviera because it kind of is, because they don't have a coastline. So instead they have these pretty little streets. So that is one end of the lake. The lake has like 3 or 4 ends. It's a weird shape. So that's Italy you're looking at. The end there. We're in Switzerland. This is Switzerland. That's where the hotel is, on the top of the hill there. That is Switzerland. Just around the corner is some more Italy and a bit more Switzerland. I'm just exploring the back streets. It's a little place for sale here. Number 16. It's quite nice. Good foliage. We're heading for the church. It's up there. It's very warm. It was so cool when we got up this morning. It was such a nice temperature. Now it's baking, although it's probably still quite cool up there. That's where we've been. Prettiest village in Switzerland 2016. We're getting back on the boat, which is here, and going north. And notice the colour of the water will change when we go under the bridge from this kind of swampy green to a blue. So this is where we're changing. This is actually where we got the funicular yesterday. Paradiso. This is our lunchtime view. It's pretty good. We're going to have a little wander and explore the village that is Gandria in a sec. Back streets of Gandria. I mean, it's all back streets, there's no front streets. This is the olive route which is excellent. Lake Lugano both ways according to the chalk drawing. Steel clock tower. The bells obviously ring out over the bottom, so they've put some netting just in case, I don't know, the actual bell bit falls off. It's another Catholic church, so it's quite gaudy, to be honest. Jesus looks good, but there's a rather lot of metal and stonework been gathering dust over the years. It's like there, behind these trees, hottest hotel, pretty much in Lugano, has a private beach and a funicular up the mountain. We're just wandering along towards where we were yesterday, so we can have a paddle. Here is the lake, what I have just swum in. I did bring a GoPro on holiday and I've yet to use it. Might use it tonight, you never know. I'll have to wait and see. But the lake is very nice. There's not a lot of visibility, so it wouldn't have been very useful down there, but there's a few fish and a lot of sand and mica, so sparkly silver sort of substance in the sand, which you can see. And it's a lovely temperature. It's our boat, 5+4. Takes us back, it goes literally direct to the cable car without stopping at any of these other lesser places like Paradiso over there, Melinde, which has their model village, none of that nonsense, straight home. Cable car went a bit early, so we're back up the top at our favourite restaurant. And just got a short walk through the woods back to the hotel. Despite what the footage appears, I didn't actually fall off, but I accidentally pressed stop, trying not to drop my camera. That's not designed for adults, is what I would say, and therefore goes a bit quick. If you are an adult, lesson learnt. So that's where we went first thing this morning, up to the church there along the waterfront. It's now all in the shade. You can see just the beginning of Lugano, as I've shown you before. We went round to the right of Montebrae there, up to I've forgotten its name now, Gardenia, up there. And then came back, and now we're going for dinner. Back on a walk, 900 metres to the Ristorante Terrazza Panoramica. That it is. Good morning, you join us on the bus, going down the mountain in order to go up a different mountain. That's the kind of thing you do around these parts. Wow is the word. So this is Lake Lugano, where we have been. That little blob there, peeking out, is the mountain that we climbed. Our hotel's halfway up. That rocky one in the middle there, San Salvatore, where we went a couple of days ago. This is Mount Generoso. That is the top of it up there. Yeah. So this is the railway we came up. It's a cog railway, otherwise known as rack and pinion. And the rack is the sort of an unravelled cog, as it were. And then the train has a big cog that slots into the clip there and allows it to pull it up a steep hill. So this is the new restaurant, cafe, museum, observatory, etc., which was opened last year. That's why I've got such good mobile phone reception. And below us here is Lugano. So these posts mark the border of Switzerland and Italy. Bugs attacking me. They run in a line up to here. So on the right hand side I think is Italy, and on the left hand side is Switzerland. As you can see, passport control here is limited because I've just gone into Italy and now I'm back, and this is the very top of the mountain at 1704 metres. So that you're looking at is Lake Como, and you might just be able to make out a little bend that goes round to the right. That is Bellagio on the bend. It's amazing. This is back round to Lake Lugano around this side. That's Italy, that's the Italian side of Lake Lugano. It comes around the back here where we were just down in there yesterday, and comes around to Lugano itself, which is here, and then Melide, which is there, and Capolago is that end, and that's Morcote, and then that's a bit more Lugano up that way, and then that is Lago Maggiore over there. The thing that's nice up here is the sound of the crickets. It's like breeze. The smell of cow manure and chamois manure for that matter. And there's somebody cutting the grass on the other side of this blob, which is of course the very Swiss thing to do. You're right on the top of the mountain, but you can't miss an opportunity to cut the grass. So this is the brand new restaurant / viewing area. Just have a drink. Now we're going down back to the train. So we're back at the bottom again. This is Capo sul Lago, which is literally means head of the lake, really. And we're going to find something to have for lunch. I'm just going to get the bus from here. Pretty little town actually. And up here is a cable car. That's where we're going. This is the swimming pool down here. You might be able to see where we've been most evenings. We may end up this evening. It's very nice. It's very warm. There's a jacuzzi, a steam room, relaxing rooms, all sorts. We're just having a little walk to Italy. Now you may remember I did this a few years ago, where to make it clear where the border was, I put a little flag in the corner. So just like this. There we go, we're in Switzerland at the moment, and as you continue watching the video you'll see when we cross the boundary. So paths like these are a wonder, and they exist because of the free movement agreement that countries inside of the European Economic Area or European Free Trade Area agree to. If the UK does leave the EU, then this is just the kind of thing that will not exist. And you're going to say, yeah, but we don't have that in this country. We do. It's between Northern Ireland and Ireland. We have them all over the place along that border, and they are crucial to allow people to be able to go about their daily lives, visit their friends, go out for a meal, and actually trade without having to constantly stop and start, bring a passport, etc., etc. So this is just the kind of thing that will get damaged, one of many, by the stupidity that is being proposed. Sorry to go on a rant whilst on a holiday video, but it's just, you know, just another one of those things. The idiots need to be kept in their place. So, here we are, we're still in Switzerland currently. We're very, very close to being in Italy. In case you're offended by me calling people idiots, well, firstly, tough, and secondly, most people, including most people who voted leave, now realise that it wasn't quite as easy as they've been sold. And they are not idiots. They are people who were duped. People who may have had other reasons but really didn't think would actually leave. Idiots are people who still believe somehow that Britain can be a success outside the EU on the level it has been up to this point. Anyway, here we are, we're in Italy. This is for sale. I presume it's not just a car parking space, but it might be. That's for sale as well, that's very nice. There's also a dog here, he's not for sale. We're just going to go around the corner and have a look, and then we're going to head back to Switzerland, because obviously we need, you know, masses of time to queue up for passport control and what have you. It's just intriguing and wonderful how easy that is. There we are, a bit more Italy. Now I'm not going to go down any further, but primarily because I've got to walk up again, and that's going to take me a bit longer. There we go. That was a fun little sojourn. Here we are, back at the border. It's very clearly marked. That was tough. Onwards and homewards. There we go. There is the hotel. It's literally 10 minutes from when I left Italy. That is nuts. And you can see the mountain behind that we climbed. And I'm now understanding why it was so tough in this weather. Oh. So here's the pool now, isn't it? Fancy swim? Evening at the restaurant. Viewers of wine and sunsets. This view never really tires. It's quite exceptional, having had it for 5 nights. Tomorrow it's going to be less glamorous. It's just going to be my balcony with some dead petunias, probably. I'm hoping not, but we never know. Yeah, anyway, that's why I've been running the time lapse. We're all packed up and ready to go. The cows are mooing because they're hungry. And we're pretty much done. Need to go and get a bus. So we just got to wait for the bus to arrive. It'll be here momentarily to check the post, deliver the post. It doesn't do either of those things, it's supposed to. There is no post. And it takes us down to the station. So we're going to go from the station to Como for a few hours because we have time. So we're going to pop back there, and then from there we're going to go to Milan and get on a plane. It's a lovely place, I'd say. It's such a random find, and it isn't a pretty building, not by any stretch, but they've done the inside nicely. The views are amazing. It's a lovely setting. So definitely come back to the lake. Don't know whether we'll come back to the top of a mountain, just because, you know, variation is key, but the spa is very nice. Anyway, for now, there's a bit of transporting to be done. We're now leaving Switzerland, following literally 0 checks by the Italian border patrol, unless they've got on the train for a ride, which is possible. This is the last town in Switzerland. Look, Italy. This is Como station, obviously, because we're in Como, and this is all very familiar. It's weirdly familiar, but it feels longer ago than it actually is. Like, it's less than a year still. Something like, what is it, 10 months? Yeah. It's all very familiar here. The Duomo, the square where we had some dinner on the last day before. It's lovely buildings. It's a bit more bustling than it is in September. Lago di Como. It's very nice. Now this building in the near ground with the round top is I believe it's a shrine to Mr. Volt. Check that when we get there. Famous for, you know, electricity and that, because he's from this part of the world. There's lots of Volta streets. Looks lovely on a day like today. Mr. Volt's temple. It's quite grand. I mean, you know, did a lot of good work and all that, but it's very grand. And then over there is a First World War monument erected recently. Italian involvement in the First World War. There is Como across the harbour. There's a very big bird up there. Kite or buzzard, possibly even an eagle. That down there, a little restaurant. We just had some lunch. And we're just carrying on wandering around. Gonna eat some cake, look for some ice cream. You know, pretty standard Friday. Back in Milan Centrale after the hottest journey of all time. At least one shirt change and some ticket machines that weren't very cooperative. But here we are. Now we're going again. So this hasn't quite worked. This is our bus to the airport. You might have noticed we're just parked on the side of the motorway because it's broken down. We're about a mile from the airport, that's all it is, but it's too hot to walk. So we're waiting for another bus to turn up to give us a lift. Well, you can probably tell from this that we made it in the end. A friendly bus driver came by and picked us up on the roadside. Anyway, we're here in Milan airport, about to go wait for our plane that's a bit late. Seeing as we're back in the UK, it's probably about time I did the word of the week. So let's try lake, because we've been by a lake a lot, even in it, in fact. So the word of the week is lake. So first of all, in German, lake is der See. Der See. That is German for lake. And in Italian, lake is il lago. Il lago. That is Italian for lake. And that was this week's word of the week, which is where I'm going to end this vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me next week, although it won't be quite as pretty looking. But nonetheless, there should be plenty of shenanigans. So please do subscribe, and I'll see you then.